Yeah, there's probably nothing like that. Sorry, carry on.
So, anyway.
You beat the Bosch.
Yeah, did all that.
Oh, that's steady on. His personal life's nothing to do with it.
And the most amazing bit is, right, he wasn't fit, and he had a couple of strokes.
He's a good-looking bloke in many ways.
Well, he had a couple of strokes, but he had a stroke on, say...
We've had that. He beat the Bosch. He likes to have a couple of strokes.
Yeah.
Let's not get into innuendo, Carl. It's stupid.
Right, say he had like a stroke on a Tuesday. He was up and fighting again on a Wednesday.
Really?
He was a strong bloke.
Yeah.
And then he died at about the age of 86 or something.
He's a good lad, wasn't he?
He was really good.
Yeah.
Is he the one you favour most of all the
I'd
ones?
say out of all, I mean, Rasputin, I don't understand why he got, like I said, I don't know why they made a book on him.
No.
He just didn't deserve it.
No.
Che Guevara, you know, he had his time, I suppose, and did a bit good for certain people.
Sure.
Sorted Cuba out.
Yeah.
Doesn't really affect me.
No.
Hitler, I mean, enough said.
Yeah.
Bad bloke. Churchill sorted it all out.
Yeah.
And like I
So
said,
your favourite out of the four of them, the of all those four, is Churchill.
yeah. I think he's
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
I agree. I agree with you, I think.
What I love with your kind of sort of summary of these people's incredible lives is the way that it's almost like I remember in Lookin' magazine. I don't remember Lookin', it was the Junior
Yeah, I
TV
remember
Times.
Lookin'.
They used to have half a page which was a comic strip summarising someone's life. You might have, say, 5 Star, the story of 5 Star.
Yeah.
And he'd have a picture. I always remember the Roger Moore one was a picture of, like, Roger's parents. It was like, Roger Moore was born in 1930, Picture of Roger's parents. Roger grew up during the war. Picture of Roger running down the street, right, just as a school kid, with a Spitfire coming behind him like he was going to try and shoot him.
Mr. Smith, surely.
Exactly, Mr. Smith, yeah. Roger took up acting. Picture of Roger, like, acting.
Yeah.
Roger became James Bond. Roger's now a popular, star in his own right, and does a lot of work for charity. Brilliant. It summed up the whole thing in kind of
I think they used to have that in one of the TV Times or the
Yeah,
I remember sort of when it was Tina Turner, born Sarah May Bullock. Then it was Nutbush City Limits, stop hitting me, Ike. And then simply the best, and that was it. It was great.
That's very much what the how your summary of great events is.
But I'd say if you didn't know about Churchill, you've learnt a bit today.
Can people call in to all these fellas taking cocaine? I think I'm right. It's 08 700 800 1234.
Yeah.
Give us a call, XFM 104.9.
Did Winston Churchill and various other dignitaries take coke during the war?
During the war, saying up for the war effort, but emergency summits and meetings. I think it was. I think it's been documented. I could be wrong, and let me tell you now, it's not happening today. Wow.
Pete, you're on there.
He's there, isn't he, to save me from Nancy. XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant and Carl Pilkington. I'm getting excited now because we've had loads of calls and emails, not only backing me up, but going a little bit further. But apparently, Johnny Mango called in again. He's become our sort of official researcher on this show. There is evidence that Queen Victoria in Balmoral, with a young house guest, Winston Churchill, used to consume cocaine-filled lozenges. So, there you go. Also, MDMA was a precursor of sort of ecstasy, a derivative, and that was big in the day, giving soldiers, a little pick-me-up. So, it's not so mad, is it?
It sort of
Winston
makes
Churchill
sense,
taking
because
cocaine,
he was into his speeches and that, and they say that coke gives you sort of... the balls to stand up and say, like...
Not that that's a good thing. And
No, it's not.
No.
Definitely not.
No.
Right? But apparently it makes you confident, doesn't it? So you can stand up and say, we're going to fight them on the beaches.
Yeah.
And all that, and sound like you mean it.
Exactly, yeah. When he was sort of like, a little bit pissed up with his cigar on, coked off his tits, he wanted to fight. He didn't care where it was. He'd fight on a beach. He didn't care. He didn't care if he got sand in his new trainers.
Exactly. He was boozed up.
Yeah. You want to fight? yeah. That's why he was coming hard.
He was very much. You got to think of him as the Liam Gallagher of his day.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Bad.
Are we allowed to talk about this? I mean, I don't mean in terms of referencing drugs, but are we allowed to, is this like libelous to Winston Churchill?
One, you can't libel the dead.
Yeah, but
two,
is that only in America?
I'm asking, and we're not saying, two, I think you're probably going to also fair comment. Three, we say we were joking. Yeah. 4, it's a satire.
Yeah. 5, we love him.
5, we're not condoning drugs in any way.
6, this is Dermot O'Leary show.
I didn't have a go at him anyway. I said he's alright. If there's any law against Rasputin, we might be in trouble.
Law against
Law against
You did
Rasputin.
willfully Rasputin.
Yeah.
All over
You
the
did
airwaves.
slag off Russia's greatest love machine.
yeah. You didn't shoot him till he was dead, did you?
Oh.
Put some poison into his
I'll tell you this, if
wine.
there's any other historical questions that people want answered, then we're the men. Because really, with the three of us, our knowledge of the fact that the Hindenburg was filled with helium,
yeah.
the kind of coke habits and various drug habits of Britain's most famous political leader,
Yeah.
we've got the answers to all of it.
Einstein,
Go on.
I found out in the week that he didn't talk till he was 6. See, it's all these people who are weird.
Churchill couldn't read, could he, till he was about 8 or 9?
Really?
Yeah. So, there you go. He got a D in history, apparently,
Yeah.
GCSE. Just one better. No, but, Carl, called me in the week, and he was a little bit stressed, because he's had a bad week now. He got stressed about Hitler and Churchill, and I said, well, we're chill out a little bit, and I'll teach him something a little bit, cosier. And I said, what about animals? No, not frightening other animals. You're interested in animals, aren't you?
Yeah.
You know, and he went, all right then. And then he went, okay, here's a question for you, Clever. So there's 3 animals without ears. He said, and I've told you one. And I went, well, that's the snake, because he was talking about the snake. I went, hold on, Carl, there's loads of animals without ears. He went, there's not, there's 3. I went, there's loads. I said, jellyfish, worms, single-cell protozoa, peripherous. But he went, oh, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Animals, proper animals. I went, they are animals. He went, no, proper animals. And I went, do you mean mammals? He went, what are you on about? I said, are these animals, have they got legs, and are they fur-bearing, right? And he went, one is. They've got legs. I went, I don't know, I give up. He went, right, the turtle. I went, right, yeah. And he went, and the bumblebee. He said, that's the one with fur. That's the one with fur. The one, what are you thinking? What is in your head, Carl?
Which has got the most fur, a bee or a turtle?
It's not fur.
What is it?
Well, it's, you know...
He's done you there,
it's
Gervais.
pseudo hairs, isn't it? It's like it's a hair, it's a keratin thing. It's not like we have, like mammals grow fur. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's not convinced.
So go
when
on,
we say that, when we say like fur, mammals are warm-blooded creatures.
Yeah.
Often, usually placental, there's a few exceptions, right? That give their milk to their young, nurture their young, and they have fur.
Have you heard about oysters? Oysters. They're 1 minute they're a man, then they're a woman, then they're a man again.
Like Eddie Izzard. Now that's libelous. He's a transvestite, could I say? He's not a transsexual. Let's say that straight away. I'm retracting that.
Right, go on then, give us
What?
some more facts.
No, I've got you, Aesop's Fables.
No, but you had some more facts you told me that were dead good. I just wondered if Steve knew them.
What? What do you want to know?
The ones that you read out to me. You had one about the spiky thing.
Go on.
Porcupine.
Give me a clue.
How many spikes has a porcupine got?
Dunno.
How many was it?
I think it was about 10,000. But, these aren't the most interesting facts, are they?
It's alright.
It's alright though, isn't it? Yeah. And he went, but how can they say that? You could say that, you know, we've got a certain amount of hairs in our head. I went 100,000 average. He went, yeah, but I haven't. So how do we know that porcupine that they've counted is the same for all of them?
Might have had alopecia.
yeah, he might have been a particularly hairy one. You know what I mean? Right, you got a, do you know what a fable is? I tried to explain briefly. Do you know what a fable is?
I've got
Carl?
a rough idea.
Okay, it's a thing that uses sort of metaphor, analogy, just to explain sort of morals. I mean, they're very old for a start, and it's all I'll give you an example of one. A quick one. Oh, the one about the dog with 2 bones. He goes to a dog's got a bone. He sees a reflection in the lake, and he thinks, oh, that dog's got a nice bone. I'll have that. And as he goes to get that one in the reflection, he drops the one he's got, and that's one about, you know.
I think I was told one when I was younger.
Go on.
I think it was one. This young lad, he's got a dog, right, and he's about 8 years old, and this dog, he's had it since he was about 4, and it's a bit tired now, and it chucks sticks for it, and it doesn't go for it. And, he's saying to his mum, oh, I want a new dog, because this one's useless, it doesn't do what, you know, it doesn't have any fun with me. So they say, oh no, but you know, Rover's a good little dog, you should look after it. And he's like, oh, I don't like it, I want a new one. So they buy him a new puppy, and it's running around, yapping about, and he's loving it, and he's playing around with it in the grass. And then one day he goes to the park, and he's messing about and rolling about with it, and he falls into the lake, right? And the little puppy's like yapping at him, and he's going, help me, the little dog's yapping. And then the old dog comes and gets his collar, and it pulls him out of the lake, and he goes, oh God, you know, why did I forget about you, you're the better dog. And he loved that one again rather than the puppy.
I got a feeling that was Lassie.
Well, yeah, that was an episode of Lassie. What's the moral? What's the moral there, Carl? What's that telling? What's that explaining through analogy?
Sort of, don't forget the old.
Look after old people. Anyway, Rockbusters, Carl. Yeah, should we get the ball rolling? Let me just find the gifts here, the little treats. We've got the album from the Coral, you know what I think about that. We've got Carpet in Sound Feeder. Well, it's just a novelty record, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've got, on DVD, more great comedy moments, favourite clips from the best of contemporary BBC comedy. We've got Partridge on the front there, we've got one of the guys from Red Dwarf, and,
brilliant.
Good stuff on there. Smash Hits, the reunion, more great 80s tunes, Kajagoogoo's on there, plus some stuff.
Too Shy?
It is Too
Yeah,
Shy.
yeah.
Actually, let me see if you can guess which one's from Tiffany.
Well, yeah, I know it, the only one.
I think we're alone now.
Yeah, I think we're alone, yeah.
Mel and Kim?
Respectable?
Mm-hmm. Human League?
That'd be, oh wow, what would they have got, Don't You Want Me?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last Take On Me?
Yep,
Yeah.
well done. Madness?
Baggy Trousers.
Of course. Kim Wilde?
Kids in America?
Yeah, so there's just all those treats. If you like a song from an 80s band, it's probably on there.
Yeah, okay.
Plus we've also got on VHS, Graham Norton, some kind of best of compilation from his TV show. So, there are the,
Hold on, is it the one where he talks to sort of female gay icons and looks at the internet? Because that's my favourite one. Right, there you go, let's do Rockbusters.
Right,
email only, of course.
Yeah. You email in ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk if you know the answer. Right, first one. Bit of a cryptic clue if you haven't heard it before.
Well, not cryptic, we've gone. What is Carl thinking?
If you go into France by boat, I'd get your fags on there because it's a lot cheaper.
Imagine Bob Holness. Sorry, we're out of time. Sorry, your minute's up. You've won nothing. I was reading that question out.
Sorry,
Right.
so what's the...
Well, let's do it again, and I want it to be exactly the same, word perfect. I bet you it will change all over the place. He's lost it.
Go into France, buy yourself a boat,
Yeah.
fags are cheaper.
Okay, fingers on the buzzers. You've only got 10 seconds to win the gold run. Okay, first up. Here, I'll tell you what, no, seriously, if you're thinking of going to France, well don't, because go on the ferry, get the fags there, because it's cheaper. Go on.
Right, so that one again. If you want to buy some fags, you're going over to France on the boat, get them on there because you'll save a few quid. BF.
BF.
Right? BF.
Okay.
Right, the second one. This little foreign cafe's growing its own steak.
This little foreign cafe is growing its own steak.
Yeah. This little foreign cafe's growing its own steak.
Go on.
D.
Alright.
Right?
Okay.
And the last one,
Is that part of it?
hang on.
He's the best, isn't he? He's the best.
The Jamaican fella might have screamed this on the Titanic.
What?
The Jamaican fella might have screamed to this on the Titanic.
Yeah.
What's it start with?
It's CD, that one.
Jamaican fellow might have screamed this on the Titanic. Ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
So we'll get Rockbusters out of the way. Have we got a winner?
Yeah, come on then. See, it worries me that we've had very few entries. I think that even your mental fans aren't getting these, which is really worrying. They must be terrible clues this week.
Alright, well...
Has anyone got them right, Steve?
I think there's just one guy, yeah, who I suspect has won in the past.
Well,
There we are.
so what?
Right, the first one. If you go out of France by boat, you might as well buy your fags when you're on that, because you'll get them a lot cheaper.
Brilliant.
Right?
Yeah.
BF,
Yeah.
buy it ferry. Right? That's like,
What?
buy on ferry.
What?
Buy on
What's Brian
ferry.
Ferry? What's that? Is that a band?
What?
What is it? I don't know what it is.
Brian Ferry.
Brian Ferry? What's that got to do with buying on a ferry, though?
Just because he's quite close to it. Buy on, buy on ferry.
What?
Buy on ferry.
Sorry, what's your first language?
The second one.
That's rubbish, that doesn't count.
No,
Byron Ferry.
Brian Ferry, Byron Ferry.
There's this little foreign cafe. It's growing its own steak. That's Delamitri. The third one.
What? Sorry, what? What is that? What is that? Delamitri.
Deli is a little foreign cafe.
Yeah?
A meat tree and that.
A meat tree? A meat tree? What were the initials for that?
Just D for that.
Just D for that?
Yeah.
So not DA?
So you didn't even give him a chance to get the group?
Oh, they got it.
Well, no.
No, they didn't. Right, it's the end. Go on, right. Go on.
Deli meat tree?
Deli meat tree. One word. D. Or any letter.
They're growing their own meat.
M's in it. Go on. Okay, so Bayern, I love Bayern Ferry. And Oxymusic was brilliant. I love Oxymusic. Go on.
Can I just point out, Rick, that, we've had
David Bowie?
Deli meat tree.
Yeah.
I don't see why, necessarily, Aidan, who, emailed in, why he doesn't get to win, because he emailed in dire steaks. Seems to be just as valid, as far as I can tell, but Deli meat tree it is.
And the last one, if there was a Jamaican fella on the Titanic...
I'm looking forward to this. With a little bit of fear.
Jamaican fella, if he was on the Titanic, he probably would have screamed this.
Yeah.
That's Christ de Burgh.
Oh! I don't know what to do. Stunning.
So who's the winner?
I'm not going to give it to anyone. I just don't...
Sorry, what's the Jamaican bit got to do with it?
It's the D. Just Christ de Burgh.
Say it again.
No, I think they've worked it out now.
What do I say again?
Christ de Burgh.
And who's that?
What?
Who's that?
Who's what?
Who's Christ de Burgh?
Chris de Burgh. Who's the winner, Steve?
Do you know what? I'm going to give it to Aidan, because he just treated you with nothing but contempt. Steve Martin emailed in again. He got the first two, and then the last one he just emailed, I neither know nor care about this answer. I'm tempted to give him each one.
Do you know what you've done there, don't you?
Go on.
You've put the nail in the coffin of Rockbusters. I warned you for 3 weeks, and you sort of bucked your ideas up for a little while. But Christ de Burgh...
Those are the worst you've ever done.
The worst are Delamitri, so, and didn't it just put D, and then Bayern Ferry. Bayern Ferry. Bayern Ferry.
So...
Supergrass, late in the day on XFM 104.9. There's too much to get through here, Rick.
Go on.
There's too many things we've got systematically.
Am I going to eat my words?
Well, before that, you know, we get emails all the time. They're coming through all the way through the show, and I open them, and a lot of them, because everyone's contributing, it's brilliant, but we can't really absorb everything. There's too much coming through. So I tend to open them quickly. I have a look, see if there's anything we can sort of make sense of, and close them again. Sometimes Carl looks at the emails as I'm opening them. One opened just a minute ago. You saw his face?
His face, yeah, what was it?
His face was just stunned. He was just absolutely dumbfounded. It was like he'd just seen something extraordinary, right?
And you closed it quickly.
I did close it quickly. I'll tell you why, right? Always got to bear in mind how Carl's mind works. All he saw was the name of the band that this email was promoting. So all Carl saw, and you can imagine how excited he was all he saw was half man, half biscuit. That's all he saw.
I've never seen anyone so excited! Oh, God!
It was actually just plugging the popular joke novelty band.
How you heard of them, then?
No. Imagine how excited he was.
That is fantastic. Half biscuit! Brilliant! Mr. Garibaldi! Oh, half man, half biscuit. That is genius. Oh, amazing.
I just saw it, and when you closed it again...
Yeah, but the thing is, if he hadn't have told you that, and he'd have erased it, next week you'd be saying about what they've done in scientists, they've cloned a man with a biscuit. He's got currants for eyes.
Never go swimming.
What?
Never go swimming.
Anyway, just to, I don't know what the world's coming to.
Richard Ashcroft on XFM 104.9. That's in the top 5 for me, the singles of the year so far. well, yeah, we're talking about, what are we talking about? Comedy Awards, your dad, cummerbund.
My father's cummerbund.
I'm sure it is over the braces, I think.
Yeah, well, if anyone knows that, if anyone knows the kind of, rules.
So, are you actually wearing one?
Rules.
Are you actually wearing
a cummerbund? Well, I asked him, he said no, he said don't bother.
No,
but then
bother.
I'm thinking, what if I dance?
What?
If I do some grooving later?
You shouldn't.
Why not?
Well, I've seen you dance
Don't
before.
give me that.
No, no.
Don't give me that.
No, wait. It's not that you're not a good
That dance you
dancer.
did in the office, that's your best dancing.
No, it's not that you're not a bad dancer. It's that I've seen you hit people in the face with your elbow.
So there's always going to be casualties.
Actually, Rick,
if someone's busting a good move, it's murder on the dance floor.
I've danced with Steve.
Have you?
At one of indie discos at Uli.
There you are, you've never forgotten.
And he's good. He's
I am
alright.
pretty good, aren't I? Yeah.
He is
I'd say
actually
the only
alright.
problem is because
You
I'm
were
so
in the
tall.
bar, but he was
Because I'm so
alright.
tall, I do tend to tower like 2 foot above everyone else, and that does make me look slightly
freakish.
I wasn't going to use that word, but I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
So I do feel slightly self-conscious.
Why
so
don't you hold them? Why don't you carry them when you're dancing with them? So they're...
Well, no, but the thing is because
then you could dance with Jeanette Cranky and still not look
Sure.
too weird.
Sure, but
that
the thing
would
is,
be weird, wouldn't it? You holding Jeanette Cranky and dancing with her. Would that be weird?
I think we've all had that fantasy. But what I tend to do is because I'm conscious that everyone is can see me and that I'm sort of, I'm quite visible on the dance floor, what I'll tend to do is maybe dance on any kind of podium that they might have in some of the bigger dance
Sure.
clubs or, any kind of stage. I just get up there, bust some moves.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, I may as well put myself on public display.
Yeah.
Rather than just people think
Because then you're going, look, I know what I look like.
Yeah,
I'm
I know
proud
how
of
great
it.
I look.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Because it's, that's your opinion if you don't think it, but that's again a lot of jealousy. I mean, a lot of what you say is jealousy.
He went for the normal shirt, I went for the wing collar. I just thought I might as well.
I do like a wing collar, actually,
Yeah,
yeah.
what's
What
that?
about a proper bow tie?
I
You had to tie yourself.
bought I went a bit berserk. I even bought, Union Jack cufflinks, 'cause it's the British Comedy Awards.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Who's
So,
hosting
Well,
it
more
this
money
year?
than sense. It springs to mind.
yeah.
I mean, you're earning so much cash now that you don't know what to do with it, aren't you? Really? I mean, I don't know
Union Jack
what it is you're
cufflinks.
spending on, but yeah.
I said how much, they went, I said not expensive enough.
Exactly.
I said I'm gonna give you an extra tenner.
Gotta
Is
get
it
rid of
true?
it.
We're talking about, when his dad, said that, and then you told me something that I find amazing.
Oh, well, the
your-
thing is, yeah, it's Christmas, obviously I've got to go back to Bristol. I love seeing my family. Well, yeah, I do. But it means I see my grandparents who are, brilliant people, I mean, lovely people, but mental. I mean, utterly mental. And, they've taken now there must be sort of 80 apiece. And it is quite an old age, but they're fairly good health, relatively speaking. And, they just spend their time in bed. I mean, that's all they do, is that's their profession, they've retired to go to bed. And they spend all the time in bed. I tell you what they're like that old they're like all that old family in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, none of them had got up for like 25 years.
Yeah.
And they
But you said that they go to bed and they go to sleep, but then when they wake up, what they do is put an extra pillow, so they're slightly more upright, and that's them in the day
That's
in bed.
that's
Right,
their
so that's active.
daytime
Yeah.
thing.
But they get up and cook and stuff.
What they do is they've got about 6 teeth between them. I mean, my grandmother needs false teeth, but refuses to go and have the old ones extracted and the false teeth fitted. So she's working with about 3 or 4 teeth.
Oh.
My grandfather had false teeth given to him during the war.
Wooden ones.
Well, it was plastic teeth on a wooden pallet, right, that sits at the top of the mouth. He's still got the wooden pallet, but most of the teeth have come off. So there's about 4 teeth left, 4 false teeth. He's got a set of false teeth that make him look like he needs false teeth. I mean, that's pretty bizarre. So the problem is that they have to get up. They get up about 7 in the morning to put on, say, some beef or lamb, whichever they're going to cook. They put it on at 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning, so that by the time they eat it at 6 at night, they can use the phrase, this is what a good meal is for my grandparents, if they can use the phrase, oh, that's lovely, you could suck it away. You could suck it away. Who wants that from a roast dinner? You may as well blend it up and serve it as a broth.
I don't want that phrase coming from old people without teeth.
No, indeed.
Because it must remind you of your rent boy days.
Exactly. It brings it all flooding back.
Oh, God. Flooding's the word.
Exactly.
Should we play a record before we get really disgusting about your grandparents and
Yeah,
blowjobs?
please,
That
please.
is the worst thing
We've said the word blowjob far too many times today.
And in the same sentence as I can't believe.
Anyway.
And it's Christmas.
Yeah.
Don't forget what Christmas is about.
Come on, spare a thought for the underprivileged people.
Yeah.
Steve, is it Ben Queller? Do you want
I
to
love a bit of Ben Queller. I don't know, are you a fan?
I love him.
Yeah, well, this is a cracking tune.
Okay.
And,
Yeah.
and I think we'll enjoy that. Let's just
Slam dunk it. It's
why don't we just stop and think about what we've done? I'll tell you, they do spend so much time in bed that they actually, I'm sure War will have to sing Ben Queller in
That's
other words.
fantastic. That ending is, oh god, it's like Ben Fold 5, bit of old Elton. That's great.
You had him in session, didn't you, Claire?
Yeah.
Did you meet him or did you? Because he's quite young, isn't he?
He's very young. He came in about 6 months ago to do something for John Kennedy, and I also a session for me, and I repeated it this week as a best of the year sessions because he did 3 songs, stunning stuff.
It's just him and the piano, was it, or him and a guitar?
It was just him. Yeah. Him with a couple of instruments. Stunning. And also he did a Dingwalls gig for XFM listeners, and the reaction from the listeners phoning up trying to get tickets was incredible.
Really?
It really has touched a nerve.
Yeah.
And well, like you say, Ricky, I mean, it's really.
It's great.
Well, I just think we were talking, there's a kind of lack of music that sort of seems to be making use of instruments and sort of, and just the sound you can make with a piano and a guitar and drums, do you know what I mean? It's like, it's so invigorating, and you get kind of stuff like, you know, the Streets and whatever else, or, you know, kind of hip-hop and stuff, and in that, I love the fact that a lot of, pleased to see Miss Dynamite on Top of the Pops last night using a live band. Really kind of, it really made her whole sort of R&B sound really exciting.
Better than the other one. Yeah.
Anyway, that's us being Muso.
That's us being terribly Muso, I
Yeah,
like
that's us
that.
being Muso for the year.
That's enough of that.
Well, we are playing our favourite records.
Well, it's nice to be able to talk sensibly without Carl interrupting with some gibberish. You know? I mean, bless him, bless him.
I don't see
No,
it as
bless him.
gibberish.
He's probably listening on Sky or something.
Yeah, 864, channel 864, or around the world on xfm.co.uk. Get that in.
Is that what you have to do? What do you do today? You just go into the website, do you?
Go into the website, and click on.
I never get things like that to work on my computer.
Or you can go and check out the webcam, obviously, and see me in my camouflage gear.
Yeah. You won't see you, will you?
You won't see me, no.
Now, so what do you do? Just go into the website, and what does it say? Play live online?
Yeah,
and it just,
listen
and it's just
live.
like listening down the phone line?
Yeah.
I sound like I've come from the 1950s,
Yeah, exactly.
don't I?
You've come from the 19th century. What's this?
I'm not very, I was gonna say something then, but I can't.
Can we just very quickly, before we move on, because I'm getting very excited about the Comedy Awards. Now, I know what you're wearing, and you've got a table with all your mates there. Is Jonathan Ross doing it again?
Yeah, that's
funny.
why it's my favourite.
And,
I hate awards. I do honestly hate them, but this is actually an event because it's Jonathan Ross. It's just.
Well, I was, because I'm talking to someone about it, and I might mention it, before, but we did an award ceremony. We went to an award ceremony last year, where everything was sponsored by corporate groups, you know, by businesses or by different. It was a kind of everything was sponsored, and I swear to God, the pudding was sponsored by Electrolux.
Yeah.
And I'd never eaten a pudding before sponsored by anyone, and it was, it was a very odd affair. That I thought that was very strange because it seemed as though corporate people had paid for a table so that So when we came out, someone came on stage and said, "Well, we've got a lovely number, a wonderful collection of celebrities here this evening."
Oh
do you
God,
remember
yeah.
that?
And it was, please, be upstanding for your chairman, Tom O'Connor.
Yeah.
We were made to give Tom O'Connor a standing ovation.
We had to stand up so we
weird.
could give Tom O'Connor, former presenter of Crosswits,
Yeah.
a standing ovation. We're talking about the cream of British TV talent, giving him a stand-up. Not that he doesn't deserve it, I'm sure he's a great entertainer. But I think Sir Cliff was there, wasn't he?
Seen the back of the stage this week?
I don't want to talk about it, it's too embarrassing.
Why?
Tom O'Connor's on there,
Is he?
thanking Mel Young, the BBC, for giving him a part in Doctors.
Yeah.
I love that. He had to take out a whole
page.
it's so sweet.
He obviously spent the fee being paid for the show. He's just so pleased to be back on TV.
What, an advert? He said
Yeah.
A whole page thanking the BBC for having him back on telly.
Stop
But we're laughing, but it's going to happen to you in about a year's time.
Exactly. Oh God.
Anyway, I just want to know, bad behaviour. Who do you think's going to behave badly this year?
I
Because
don't think
we've
anyone.
had,
Well, we had
Ahern
the
and Barrymore and Clary. And
Clary, the fisting, and Barrymore
Yeah.
throwing his monitor.
that was
Was
funny.
it? The Hearn, what was she? Oh, she's heckled
There's
that
not
dead
any of the
bloke.
kind of, there's not really any sort of, there's not really any kind of wayward people at the moment, is there, in showbiz? In terms of entertainment comedy, there's no one who sort of seems to
But
have
I
a
tell you
drunk
what,
or drugs
Steve,
problem.
I'm worried
sadly.
about Ricky.
Sadly.
I'm worried that, something
Well,
might take hold. The
No.
devil may
No,
care,
I think
might
he's very
pop in.
careful. He
he?
is a bit careful, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's so, I
Too
mean,
tired.
yeah.
Too tired. shout and scream.
You have been kind of coughing and wheezing throughout today's show.
I had a fight, didn't I?
Oh, we should talk about the fight. Yeah, we can't give out the result. We can't give the result out on the fight, but
No, I've got a cough. I just got a cough again.
Got a bit of a cough?
I'm scared I'm allergic to something. What if I'm allergic to? I was worried today that.
What if you're allergic to wheat?
Oh no, well that'd be terrible. But I was worried, what if I'm allergic to my cat?
Get rid of it.
Oh no.
Well, it seems that easy, but...
Well, it is that easy. Throw it out the window. That's how I sort out that. I'm not a trained doctor, but that's how I sort that one out.
I just like to apologise for any,
But they always land on their feet, don't they, cats? So that'll be fine.
do,
And it's got 9 lives, so if it lands on a
God.
spike, it'll be fine.
Oh, don't. What happened to me?